Welcome back to the channel. Got a package today from AliExpress. I'm gonna take a look at the not Megatron, because why would it be Megatron? But the is it Dauntless Fighter? I feel like Dauntless would make more sense or something, but hope I'm saying that right. Let's see, random sticker in the back. None of that's probably important. Warning, Oh, action figure, would have never guessed that. Okay, but yeah, so I want to take a quick look at this guy. Paid around, I think, 23 bucks for him, I think. I think on average he goes for about 25 bucks on AliExpress. Did get him on a sale for 20 with like tax and stuff. Came out to 22, 23. So he's a pretty good figure. I'm pretty impressed with him. Let's get into it here. Looking at the box, it shows this random Megatron that I don't think is from anywhere. Don't recognize it. Of course, have the gun, the head, I mean, the shoulder pads, the colors. There's some similarities here. This would be a cool design for Megatron if they end up wanting to make a figure of that. The back here, though, shows some different models. Which was this supposed to be a triple changer? Is the Studio Series one? I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with the Studio Series one. I've seen it once or twice in person. It definitely looks nice, but I don't know. Have passed on it for a little bit, and oh, another picture of Megatron. Heard some good things about this one, so I guess we will find out. But box, just this little kind of cardboard here. We're starting out with accessories only, which I'm not sure I necessarily consider it an accessory, but it is a weapon, but it's part of Megatron. His cannon, which I'm not going to cover Transformation. That's not this video. Just going to talk about the figure, the quality, all that jazz. But can fold up if I can get it to peg in. So technically there's some articulation bits here, so if you're pushing on it, watch out for that. Just pegs right in there. So it is kind of loose this way. I don't know if the normal figure has any issues like that, but I think it's still decent. If I really wanted to, I could glue it, which maybe I will, because I don't know, it doesn't really need to do that at all, but I think it looks pretty good. Well, no, I think you can put a blast effect in here. It's I think it's a 5mm, but I don't have any blast effects with me, and so I'm not too sure there. But the shape of it and doesn't seem very deep, so I'm not 100% positive there. Back to the figure, looking at the sculpt, it's amazing, greeble everywhere, detailed. Love it. Assuming it is just straight up the design of the Studio Series. Now, I assume some of the paint's different. I know the Studio Series, I think, is a Decepticon logo here. Of course, this one doesn't. The reds I'm not too sure about, but I'm guessing majority of it is about the same. Though I think this does have die-cast in it. It's got some heft to it. The head is I mean, it doesn't feel like die-cast. I mean, maybe a little bit. It feels like something's in there. Like, it's a pretty solid piece. Well, no, is that here at the waist? The waist, definitely. These pieces die-cast? I feel like I could break them off. Something here in the waist is pretty heavy, whether that's just the figure in general, or again, there is die-cast in it. I'm not too sure, but some spots, it's got some heft to it. Paint looks decent everywhere where there is paint. 1-2 articulation head. So technically you can get some further up if you do unattach the clip there. Plug that back in. A little bit side to side, some forward, back. Arms. Well, mentioned the articulation here on the gun, but you can swivel it up. 360. Some swivel. Double joint. Or no, a single joint, but single joint, yeah. Single joint, pretty good there. Hands can go It has a little bit of in and out, mainly for transformation, but still nice to have. Then the fingers are articulated on him, so single finger, pointer finger, and then the other 3 fingers here are connected, so you can see articulation there. I honestly don't know what to think about articulated hands on Transformers. The ones they do it with, I really like it. It makes this Megatron like 10 times more expressive. I love it, but I'm trying to think if they would put it on everyone. I don't know what I'd think of that. But I don't know, it definitely works here on Megatron. There is a waist swivel here. The knees, again, single joint, but get pretty far like that. Does have ankle tilts, some ankle pivots, forward, not much back. There's a little bit back. Some swivel here. Now, here's where the one issue I have with this guy comes in, and I will say, I don't think I said this, pull him out of the box, the skirts are in the back, just flip them around. But some swivel here, and then, a hinge, then the crotch pieces here are on a hinge. And I think they look good, but I don't know, that's kind of how you need to get them to pose, and it's great articulation here. But, like, these just kind of move out of the way. I don't know, they look fine, but I guess you can get it up around, but really if you want that spread, you gotta close them, and it just, I don't know what I think of that. It's kind of annoying that you have to do that. I mean, it works. I wish there was almost like another hinge joint here or something. Then probably be too fragile. I don't know how they could have fixed that. Definitely a way, but now it looks great. Don't get me wrong. Just it's kind of annoying there. But articulation, pretty great. And technically does have butterfly joints. I don't know. Now there's a peg here and a peg here. Well, I guess the hinge is here. There's a peg here for the transformation. Hold everything together. But these arms are very articulated here. I was thinking, normally you just shove them up like that. But the cannon arm, well, there, you gotta be careful with it. It does peg apart when you do that. Try and see if I can peg that back in here. If I need to unpeg the whole thing. So, peg that back in. So when you do that, you kind of gotta hold the torso. But it does have this butterfly joint here. And I absolutely love that. This joint here will get a ton of use, so I'm very glad they did that. Comparisons, here is the 7-inch Todd McFarlane, got a 7-inch DC Cyborg, Marvel Legends Civil War Iron Man, Z-Toys Deadpool, a model kit Optimus Prime, and the Commander Class Kingdom Rodimus Prime there. So, besides him, there's pretty, well, I'd say decent size, about a head. That's all. Of course, new Decepticon logo. If you want one, get a sticker. That's kind of easily fixable. I don't care enough. But this is pretty nice. I don't know the quality. I don't know what the difference is between the original. So maybe, there's something that the original is 10 times better. But for this being less than half the price of the, did I say that right? Less than half? Whatever. Being cheaper than the original one, just go get this. Like, I love it. It's great. I'm glad to have it. Took some pictures with it. It's those fingers I mentioned. Don't know if I like them on everything, but they work very well in this Megatron. Just a bunch of stuff they did great with this guy. So, glad to have him. Again, just another kind of KO to go on the shelf. There's a Revenge of the Fallen Megatron with like a replacement arm. I'm very tempted to get that. I think it's oversized. I'm not sure how much. That's where I'm trying to see. I don't know. I had the original mold, which was probably my favorite series. It didn't end up selling it. So potentially a chance to get that mold back, and I'm very interested in that. But yeah, this Megatron definitely does not disappoint. If you want it, go look for it, AliExpress. But thanks for watching, stay tuned, and see you in the next one.